We've just arrived here in Seoul Gimpo Airport, and this is our 2-week trip around Korea. Our travelling partners of crime for this trip are, of course, Annabelle Percy and Mr. Josh Barry Clark. After what seems like 20 minutes on Travelators, and of course stopping by the obligatory ATM, we make our way to the Airport Express, the smooth, quiet and relatively calm way to enter Seoul, a city of nearly 10 million people. As the train glides towards Seoul Station, we make our first important stop: food. Our very first Korean treat, hot egg. A hot sweet filled with cinnamon and nuts. Basically a Korean donut.
That is absolutely dangerous. It looks good, isn't it? Very good.
With the rain still falling, we take the metro right to Bogenseo Temple, located in the heart of Gangnam District. This 1200-year-old Buddhist temple, one of many on this trip, is littered with statues and guardians of the temple, along with lanterns full of wishes as you make your way up to the main temple complex. Inside lies 3 golden Buddhas, surrounded by vibrant paintings and murals that cover the columns and ceilings of the interior. The highlight of the temple is one of the tallest stone statues in the country, a 28-meter statue of Maitreya, the future Buddha. After our daily dose of culture on this trip, we head right across the road. Literally right across. The Coeg Starfield Mall is considered the largest underground shopping mall in Asia, complete not only with shop and event spaces, but even its own running track. But the star of the mall is of course at its core, the Starfield Library. A giant open space filled floor to ceiling with, you guessed it, books. How you get some of them off the shelves is beyond me, but it's a novel concept, but really well done. With night falling and after checking some more sights, we head off to our first meal, Korean barbecue. It's our first chance of ordering the Korean way with screens and never speaking to anyone. But despite ordering one thing, 20 turn up, including our soju. So it's finally begun, our trip around Korea, and tomorrow we hit up the DMZ. That's alright. Morning all, day 2 here in Seoul. We have woken up at 7 o'clock today to head to Maidong to go on the DMZ tour. We're meeting a lovely lady called Soo Kim. I will let you know more when we get there. See you in a bit. Oh. Located at the top of South Korea, our first stop is Imjingaek. Here lies Freedom Bridge, a former railroad crossing used to repatriate soldiers returning from North Korea. There are many memorials and monuments here, including the village of those relatives waiting for those to return from the north. This town used to be the last stop before heading to North Korea, and a lot of the remnants of the railway still exist today. There is even the Peace Train, which is the last train to cross the border from North and South Korea. The DMZ tour normally consists of 3 parts. One is seeing Imjingaek, which is the town that we just visited. The second is visiting the 3rd tunnel, where photography is not allowed. So we've just come out of the 3rd tunnel here on the DMZ tour. No photos allowed, but really cool experience. Yeah. Long way down, very steep incline, but you can see them growing stuff across the border, which is interesting. Anyway, we're going up to the Dora Observatory. I think it's the next stop. And yeah, we'll see what's up there. And here you can get a view of North Korea. Obviously we can't show you any of this, but the scenery is pretty surreal, along with all these fake villages and towns set up. So really fascinating. And that marks the end of the DMZ tour today. What do you guys think?
Oh, good. Thought-provoking, interesting.
Yeah, learned a lot about the history of Korea.
Yeah.
Really interesting. I didn't know any of
It's
that.
really cool to put it into context, I think, especially seeing how much North Korea is visible.
Yeah.
But catch us later when we're heading to Hyundai and hopefully hitting some bars.
Yeah.
See you then. And let me tell you, Hyundai did not disappoint.
It was filled with some really cool shops, gaming centres and arcades, some really funky looking bars. We had to try a local Korean dish known as dak galbi, which is basically spicy chicken, cheese, and bloody hell, let me tell you, it was spicy. We also tried a load of local foods, including red bean and matcha ice cream, cakes, and of course, chicken. How's that, Annabelle?
Delicious. Not spicy. But very, very tasty.
We hit a couple more bars before heading to Chaegonshin. This urban stream is a feat of engineering. Once a 6 or 8 lane highway, it's been transformed to open up the river in the centre of Seoul. And honestly, the walk after tonight was much needed, because tomorrow we had a long day ahead of us and a mountain to climb.
Morning, all day 2 in Seoul. We've got our Hotek. We're heading up to the North Seoul Tower today. I think it's up Namsan Mountain. So we'll see you on top. Bye! Namsang Mountain is 270 meters tall and situated in the heart of the city. And one of the things we saw amongst all the statues and nature was the previous city wall. There is a dedicated trail that you can walk along all of Seoul's previous walls, over 40 miles if I'm not mistaken. Heading up, we're getting closer, and it's only here that we realise that there's a cable car that can take you all the way up. Regardless, it was 100% worth the walk, and we reached the Seoul Tower. The view on top was definitely worth it. Namsan Mountain used to be used as a smoke signal point for other areas of the city using these brick domes over here, and you can see the guards in their traditional uniforms. However, now Namsan's littered with thousands of padlocks. One of my favourite parts of this trip was the walk from Namsang Mountain to the War Museum, strolling through random neighbourhoods and just really soaking it all in. The museum itself was really well put together, obviously very hard hitting, with a lot of history based on the war. The main feature of this museum is the Memorial Hall located in the centre, with sunlight shining down on the centre stone. This marks the memorial of the Korean War and is really hard hitting. Other aspects of the museum include showing how Seoul had been built along with the various gates and town centres, but of course my favourite boat in the world, the turtle ship. All in all, a really good museum and quite a surreal way to end the day. So it's our final day in Seoul and it's time to explore the palaces. Several of them that I can't pronounce, but we're going to start off the day checking out Gyeongsang Palace. Located just outside City Hall, this used to be the first main palace of the Korean Empire in about 1900s exactly. It's a mix of traditional Korean and Western architecture, also holding the History Museum and the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art. This gave us a taste of what's to come, and we headed up the street to the main hall and the main palace of the city, Gyeongjong. This is the largest of all the Joseon palaces, and it has great architecture and gardens throughout. Seoul also hosts the changing of the guard, so to speak, at this location, and we were lucky enough to catch a glimpse of it here.
Gwanghwamun Gate. The assistant commander is leading the incoming troop towards lunar platform.
Our time in Seoul is slowly coming to an end, and after making a quick pit stop for lunch making friends with a new robot, we did our last minute shopping before packing and heading to the airport, where we're heading off to our next destination, Jeju Island. Catch us for the next one, where we see what the island has to offer. Ciao ciao!